Fig fam! Poof. Happy Monday. I need to get back to Phil's Fig Fridays. I have been really busy in my life right now. All good things, some bad things, all frustrating things, just life. And something that resets me is garden time on my own. So I've been doing a little bit of that. I want to get back on schedule for the quantity of figs I want to put out. But today I installed something pretty cool, and it's going to be really, really helpful come spring, summertime when it's consistently hot here and I can't water hundreds of fig plants because that'll take up too much time. In fact, I'm going to cut to the clip of me watering plants on Instagram I posted about and what it looked like. Here. Everything's drooping, and that was happening more often than not, and that kind of stress the plants will recover from, but they will drop their fruit. It was kind of serendipitous, but this irrigation company RainPoint reached out to me and they were like, hey, we like your channel, we want to send you our irrigation system. And I was like, all right, I'll take a look. So I went with their irrigation timing system that hooks up to my water, and I can track it from my phone and set plans, and that'll be huge for things like my figs who will need water. So let me show you my setup. Babies, more babies, more rooted cuttings, more babies, more rooted cuttings. Doing well. You can see they're really growing when they put out the larger leaves. Here's a sign of not a lot of root development. Here's a sign of good root development. And this is Black Madeira, the UC Davis strain. Here's Black Tuscan, which is essentially like Black Madeira. If you get into the bush here, there it is. It's my splitter. So if we look, half of it goes into the greenhouse, in through the polycarbonate wall. The other half goes out this hose here. If you follow this hose, it goes to something really cool. Another drip line. It's a half-gallon-per-hour line across all these mother trees. Each one of these gets a dripper. These are button drippers from the Drip Depot, and they hooked up nicely to this RainPoint irrigation technology. They have different button drippers. I don't know how many of you have worked with drippers before, but these ones I've had for years. And I had a more basic system where I'd run home, turn it on, go back to work. Now I can do it from my phone, which is going to be pretty rad. These drippers give me 1/2 gallon of water per hour, and I turn it on for 2 hours. Each tree in a pot will get a gallon of water, and that's enough to get them through a hot summer day. I can water all of these trees. It doesn't look like a lot now. It's still early spring. Everything's blooming. Technically, our last freeze date is April 1st. I'm praying that Puxatawny Phil found out about spring early and he is holding true. But this irrigation system is going to save me a whole lot of time. Let's cut to the scene of me last year of all my fig trees drooping from the heat. These black pots really don't do them any good, and it's really difficult to keep up with the watering aspect. You can see I'm running around. I can recover these trees from that heat exhaustion, but they will drop their fruit if they keep getting exposed to stress like this due to heat. And so my goal is to set up this entire irrigation system on these half-gallon drippers and not have to worry about it. I will be able to go about my day working professionally, being a parent, and doing my favorite activities outside of gardening, and trust that all my fig trees will be watered with this RainPoint system. You can see here my misters, and I set it up here, and when it comes up from inside, it splits to this top tier. I have a middle tier here, and I did the same thing across all my cuttings here. 4 drippers across at 3/4 gallon per hour. 1, 2, 3, 4. They will mist over all of my cuttings. 1, 2, 3. And down here I have a 4th with these rooted cuttings here. And so I will keep humidity and moisture up in these tiers. And when they graduate to small fig trees, they can go up here with full sun. All right. So here's the key. I have it set up to my well water here. So this is my pump house. And from the pump house, I have a splitter. It goes out to my general hose that I use for watering all of my plants around my yard. And then it goes out to my RainPoint splitter system. This splitter system has my 2 automated options. So what you guys saw earlier, the drip irrigation out to my potted mother trees of figs. Then over here, right here, I have it going out and splitting into my misting irrigation system for my cutting propagation. And this is all controlled by Bluetooth and systems that I can set up on my RainPoint app. And this is going to save me so much time. So what I do is I have it set up to the well water. I can turn it on. And I can start it up manually with these 2 big buttons, right? So I have my left side and my right side. That's programmed right on my phone that I'm filming with. So if you want, we can check out how the drip line works and what it looks like when it's coming out. And then we can check out what the misting looks like. So let's go first with the drip. Hear that? All right, let's check out the dripping. See here, this one's dripping away, and blue is ½ gallon per hour, and I have it set for 2 hours on my app of my Floria fig. Breaking bud. Now this drip line hasn't been installed for all of them, but you can see it does a ½ gallon per hour doesn't seem like a lot, and it really isn't. But across 30 to 40 trees it is, and it maintains that pressure. This drip is crucial in our hot summer days. And so what I did in the springtime is I have 2 different systems on my RainPoint. I have one that operates every few days with this mild to warm weather, and in the summertime it'll switch to an everyday schedule. And I kind of do it in the morning to prevent mold from occurring, and then I'll do it in the late afternoon if it evaporated off of a really hot day, because we'll be in the 90s all summer here. I put it nice and close, but not too close. But you can see that dripping. See it blinking every so often, just to tell me that it's operating on this left side, L and R. Water to my drip line. So I went ahead and I can manually stop it, and it stopped. And now we have my right side with my misters that I showed you guys. So check it out. Heyo! Let's get in there. I can hear it running. And that's just the right amount of moisture I need just to water my fig plants. As you can see here, I haven't completely figured it out. Oh no, I got a leak. But it's not that much water, and it's just watering this Marseille Black right here, which may be why it's doing better than the rest. But it's still young, so it's hard to tell. But here we go. And that's just missing the cuttings, guys. It's covering all of my seedlings. It's watering these baby figs nicely. And that's 3/4 gallon per hour. And I definitely do not need 3/4 gallons of mist. So this setting goes on twice a day for 20 seconds. So 20 seconds is all you need for this type of misting to occur. And that's all the water that these fig cuttings really need, because you definitely don't want to overwater. So I'm going to manually stop that. Again, I am a small scale nursery, so the idea is to maximize production with the quantity of time I have been given and how many fig trees I can do in a day. And I can try to maximize how many fig trees that I can actually do in a given day, month, or year as far as propagation goes and caring for them. And having an automated watering system is going to save me a lot of time of just watering and get back to more important things like scaling the quantity of figs that I can grow and help get everybody a fig tree. So I really wanted to go over that RainPoint system. Again, I was apprehensive, and now I'm actually appreciating it, because with proper research and practice with it, I can dial in my watering systems more efficiently, giving more time back to focus on growth of the figs themselves, scaling, and actually getting some time back with my family and my other hobbies, like surfing. I'm actually really curious to hear about what systems you guys have set up, if they're automated and how they work for you. If anyone else has small nurseries, I'd love to hear about your systems, or I'd love to hear if anyone else has worked with RainPoint and hear your opinions about it, because it's still relatively new for me, but I'm already seeing the convenience. Especially, it gets hot in here and it gets dried out in here with the sun. And I usually will hose down the whole interior to increase the humidity. And if I have the misters, I can do that from work. And just, I have a RainPoint app and I can tap into it. So I'm excited to check that out. I'll show you the hub that it's associated with. It's pretty rad. Beautiful morning. It's overcast, but it's warmer out. Welcome to my kitchen, where you guys often see my coffee. So in my kitchen here, I have my two systems set up. The misters are going to go on at 8 a.m. right here on the right side, zone 2. And then zone 1 will be my drip irrigation that goes on every other day, and it'll go on at 9 a.m. And then it'll go on again at 4 p.m., which is before I get home from work. And then you look at my misters in zone 2, and they go on once for 20 seconds at 8 a.m., then they go on a second time for 20 seconds at 11 a.m. and then they will go on again at 3 p.m. for another 20 seconds. That's the goal right now. We'll see how it goes. This gives me my weather for the day, my temperature, my humidity for the day. It gives me indoor temps here, but if we compare, I have my outdoor temps right here, which are almost the same in my greenhouse. So I can track everything. So irrigation is not new to me. Automated irrigation is very new to me. But I'm really excited because the cuttings will just not be stressed. Being a one-man operation could be a lot. And so being able to get those misters set up where I just get that right amount of water for them for 20 seconds, just to keep the humidity up, will be such a blessing. And to be fair, I'm only be rooting cuttings till about end of May here because this greenhouse just gets too hot. But here we are in the south, so it's really hot, which is why the drip irrigation means so much more come summertime, and making sure that I am not wasting too much time watering these trees, because if each tree took a minute or two to water, that's an hour and a half of my day. And so being able to chop 75% of that time out would be huge. But I'm excited to do more experiments with this RainPoint system, and you guys are on the journey with me. So I'm really stoked for spring. I'm stoked to take better care of these plants and share that with you guys so you guys can grow your own figs. If you like trying to find more technical ways to garden, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I'm doing it right. But I'm kind of stoked for this new chapter of kind of automating my systems and working smart, being powered by caffeine. So figs and coffee, like, subscribe. Thank you again for joining me. And yeah, holler, reach out with any questions. Let's collaborate. Take care.